Hello, everybody. My name is Alexis. I'm an entrepreneur, speaker, and author of the book A Journey into Truth, Unveiling Life's Secrets for Truth Seekers. And you are watching the Vibrate to Create YouTube channel. And on this channel, I talk about life, philosophy, meaning, art, spirituality, metaphysics, and so much more. If you're interested in topics like these, then click the subscribe button and hit the notification bell to be notified of when I post new videos so you never miss a video. Thank you for being a part of my journey. I hope you enjoyed today's video. So let's see if there's anything else here. I think this is kind of
we can say step by step based on the archaeological evidence, the fossil record, and what we know of physics, how we came to be at this point. But that doesn't explain how the universe came to exist in the first place.
There had to be like something at some point. Like we can't even grasp that, right?
Or is there some
evolution,
higher dimension on which thought and emotion exist? I don't know. Like how do molecules have consciousness and feelings? But you know, at least like the chain of events from a physics standpoint, from the beginning of the universe to now, are quite well understood.
Really?
Yeah. But somehow we're from a bunch of hydrogen gas to complex molecules, and then an assemblage of complex molecules like ourselves that can feel and talk and think. So, I mean, just if you leave hydrogen out long enough, it starts talking to itself, basically, is what happened here. So where along that path from a bunch of hydrogen molecules to humans, where did consciousness start?
It's crazy.
So maybe everything's conscious.
That guy is like, that's crazy. This is why I love this field, because it's so like mysterious and like you can't get down to the bottom of it, but just like I think that's what makes it so interesting to me. Just the theories of consciousness, like especially when I've gone into psychism and mediumship training, what it is, it's about going into an altered state of consciousness. It's almost like if you look at like this is the natural state of consciousness, or where most humans kind of stick around when they're focused in the physical reality, and then deciding to shift your frequency, or your, I guess the right word is the state of consciousness, so that you're at the same level as the spirit world. So it's like, let's say this is the spirit world, and this is where normal humans are normally at. And so people who are doing psychism work, or they're like tapping into their intuition and just kind of, even meditation doesn't even have to be like in a sense of wanting to connect to the other world. But when you're in meditation, in the meditative state, I think even Wayne Dyer, he used to talk about when you meditate and you step more into that purer state of consciousness, you're kind of tuning into the same frequency of that Godhead. And so it's like this. And that's kind of the same thing when people are doing spiritual work, when they're tuning into their intuition. It's like for a moment in time stepping up in here so that they get some of the information that's here. I remember at the very beginning of my journey, I didn't talk about it in my book, but there was a particular shift, right, when I first learned about spirituality and energy and metaphysics. And I just knew, like, this is what my life has been missing. Like, I know these things at a soul level, but I haven't been able to put words to it or to understand that it is something particular. Like, it brought so much more clarity to what I was experiencing and what I was receiving, right? Because I was so sensitive energetically, so I didn't understand like what is mine and what's not mine. And I was just picking up on so much around me. And in that shift where I understood like, this is what's going on with me. Like when I started learning about Abraham Hicks, and I was like, oh my gosh, this makes so much sense, because she talks so much about tuning into spirit guides and talking to spirit guides and allowing them to communicate to us here in the physical reality. And I was like, whoa, like I know this is what has been happening to me. And I remember just like knowing these things, like words that I had never heard before, or like just some random word would come into my head and I'd be like, how do I know what this is? It's like having like an antenna for like all the information of the world. Obviously, I'm not God, so I don't know everything always. And also, I can interpret information in a wrong way. It's almost like having a funnel and allowing information to filter through, to move through, so that you can kind of communicate and bring that information down to the physical world. And so I remember like knowing words and like looking them up on Google and being like, oh my gosh, how do I know that? And I remember like it was so much fun in the very beginning when I started to know that I was receiving information. I was able to like really interpret that information so clearly. And I remember one time I was driving and I was communicating with my spirit guides and I said, what if I close my eyes when I'm driving? Like, can you drive for me? And then I remember they were like, don't do that. Looking back now, that would have been really dangerous. Yes, they were right. Don't do that. But I remember, and I feel like, and this probably sounds so crazy to so many people who are like, there's no such thing, or maybe you have some mental illnesses. But being around so many other people who believe in these things and also experience the same things has really helped me to kind of step more into knowing that this is pretty normal. Like, to me, it's very normal to know, like, you know, things about other people, like that they had a traumatic childhood, or that, you know, something is going on with them emotionally, or they're feeling really sad, or what their personality is like without them having to say a word. It's very normal to me. But I understand that in the general public, some people are like, this sounds like a mental illness. It's not. It's real. I work at spiritual stores and I've seen lots of other people who experience a lot of the same things as me in different ways, but they do. It's a beautiful thing. Okay, so anyways, let's get back to the video and see what else he says.
It's crazy.
So maybe everything's conscious. And we're a pattern of molecules. Like the actual atoms in our body change. You know, so the cells in your body, I mean, some cells stick around for a long time, but most of the cells in your body are regenerated. So, like I think your skin regenerates every 7 years or something like that. So you're not even the same molecules. Like, you know, from 1 year to the next, the molecules in your body have changed. It's the pattern that stays relatively consistent. The pattern of molecules. So we're a pattern of molecules that can talk and think and feel. Anyway, this is why I think we should expand, you know, we should have more kids and grow and expand consciousness, and and probably have digital consciousness too.
What do you mean by expand consciousness?
For more people to think?
Yeah,
What you mean by that?
if more people, more thinking equals more consciousness.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like total consciousness is like how many people there are times the average amount of consciousness per person. That's like the total collective consciousness.
It's more like a collective group of like, okay, now there's like this many people, so this many brains.
Yeah, exactly. Like more brains is more consciousness.
Yeah.
I guess to sum it up, I think it's very beautiful and exciting. It's very exciting, actually. The way, like, just this kind of conversation where people are having these ideas about, is God real? What is God? Just these different kinds of questions. And also, I mean, we could go definitely into the word God and what I think about that word. You know what? Let's go ahead and do it. Maybe I might split this video into 2 videos.